Hey, you guys, thanks for listening into this episode of Tips with T. On today, we are going to talk about some tax planning tips for business owners in 2024. I had talked about tax tips, planning tips last year, but we're going to talk about what I saw this year during tax season and what some business owners need to pay attention to so they can take advantage of these things when they are filing or preparing for their taxes for 2024. Okay, so make sure you guys are keeping up with the tax changes. Make sure you guys are having a relationship and building a relationship with your tax professional. Don't just wait till the end of the year to or the beginning of the following year when it's time to get your taxes done to start consulting with your tax professional. You need to be doing that throughout the year. They can keep you up to date with different tax laws. You need to stay up to date with different tax laws, and they can tell you on what ways, based upon the business and how your business is set up, how you can properly keep track of your expenses so you can get the best deductions when it comes to filing your taxes throughout the year. All right. So keep that too in mind. When you are tax planning, make sure you're not just doing it one time a year. Do it throughout the year. Actually sit down with your tax planner if they offer your tax professional, if they offer a tax planning service. I know with my clients, I do give them the option to where they can sit down with me and we can do a tax plan advisory plan for the upcoming year so they can try to get the savings and the deductions that they need for the next tax year. All right. Because you don't want to leave nothing on the table. If you can avoid paying the IRS by utilizing your deductions that are within reason, do that. And another thing that I'm seeing that people are not doing as far as business owners, some people, if they feel like they suffer a loss, they don't want to carry that on their taxes. Well, you need to carry your losses on your taxes. You need to show the government that you are still operating, the IRS and the state that are still operating, that you're still in operation. I have came across a lot of people during the pandemic to when it was time to get the PPP loan or the different loans and options that were out there for people who were struggling um, within their business. They did not qualify to get these type of government funding and assistance because they didn't file that they were in operation um, on their taxes due to them suffering a loss. So you still want to file your losses, you guys, to show the IRS that you're still in operation. Um, what most people don't understand, some people for the first 5 or 6 years of their business, they're suffering a loss because you're trying to still get your business off the ground. You're trying to still get your business to be where it needs to be. So just because you're suffering a loss, don't just not file it. You need to file it. You need to show the IRS and stuff that you're still in business. If you don't file those things on your taxes, they're going to feel like you're not operating or you're not in business. So you want to file your losses even though you're suffering a loss. Okay. Also, to make sure your business is the right business structure that's going to give you the most tax deductions. I know I tell a lot of my clients when they're starting off, start with an LLC, but as you see your business starts to grow and venture out, you might want to move into an S corp. S corp allows you more tax deductions and things of that nature. So make sure you are looking and learning about what type of business structure works best for you. Like I said at first, you're starting off small. I tell people to get an LLC, and then once they see that their business are really truly growing and getting to a level to where you're probably almost at maximization with all your deduction and expenses and you're growing, you might want to eventually change your LLC to S corp. You can do that. All right, so make sure you are looking into those type of things. Make sure you're having the proper business structure to get the most tax reduction deductions possible. All right, based upon your business goals and your income level. Another thing that I am seeing people that are not there, they are not utilizing is Section 179 properties. All right. So Section 179 property, especially when it comes to vehicles, I see a lot of people who are not taking advantage of that have bought a vehicle specifically for their business when it comes to like a SUV or a truck. I know someone that has like a towing service and they bought a vehicle to tow things with, and they didn't think it was okay for them to file that on their taxes. I'm like, why not? That is, you can file those type of expenses on your taxes, especially when you're using it for business, Section 179. And then that first year, when you have a Section 179 property, you can file that whole entire amount of that particular property on your taxes for that year. So the year you bought it in. So that's why you guys want to make sure y'all are keeping up with those type of things. And if you don't know, like I said, get with your tax professional, ask your tax professional these questions because they'll be able to help you to get a better understanding. Because like I said, I'm coming across too many people who are leaving money on the table by not asking their tax professional these type of questions. Another thing I have seen with some business owners too, they don't use their travel for their vehicle. They don't keep up with their miles, their gas, their maintenance, things of that nature while they're traveling. Even if you are a business owner and say for instance, you have to travel, you might be in one area and your office is in another area. You might have to travel 30 minutes to an hour every day back and forth to your office. You want to keep track of that. That's the business expense. Um, so make sure you're keeping track of all those things. Make sure you're keeping track of when your recertifications and things like that for your business. You can file those expenses on your taxes as well. Any type of educational expenses that you are doing in order to keep yourself savvy and up to date when it comes to your industry, those things are tax write-offs too as well. So make sure you guys are keeping up with these things. These are small things. I know I kind of talk about these every year. I think the main one I haven't really talked about is the Section 179 property, because a lot of people are tending to leave that option on the table. And I'm telling you, when um I informed my tax client about the going ahead and carrying the 179 tax property on their taxes and how much um it helped them a lot on their taxes and not owing, and they were just so amazed. So make sure you are talking to your tax professional throughout the year about these different things that can possibly help you. Make sure you guys are looking and researching into the best tax software too as well. I know I talk a lot about QuickBooks. Make sure you get with your tax professional so you and your tax professional can be on the same. Make sure y'all using the same tax software because it's easier for both um you and your tax professional or your QuickBooking software. Like I said, I always tell my clients to look into QuickBooks. Um, and I'm happy now because QuickBooks now is slowly, gradually moving away from their desktop version. So if you have the desktop version, you might want to get with your tax professional and see if they can help you get a discount on the online cloud-based versions, which I've been trying to tell everybody we need to start moving there because it's more easier. It's more easier for your tax professional to access. And go in there and do what they need to do as far as your bookkeeping goes. If you don't do your own bookkeeping, it makes the process so much easier, guys, especially when it comes to getting your taxes done. So make sure you guys are using the best software that is cost and user friendly. I know it's going to cost you to get to use the tax software, but it won't cost you as much as if you had to use a software or get a software that your tax professional don't use, and then they charge you extra because it's still like a bookkeeping fee when y'all can be on the same softwares and systems from day one, and it makes the process a whole lot easier. All right, so make sure you're using, like I said, the software and things that works best for you and your tax professional so y'all can be on one page so you can both see what each other is doing as far as the progress of your books. Um, and I actually to have quarterly meetings with your tax professional. So your tax professional can tell you, okay, well, this quarter you did this, so you might want to look out of doing this more in the next quarter. Like they can financially advise you what's best for your business. So make sure, like I said, you guys, y'all are using the right tax softwares, technology, automations. If you can find something that has automations and things of that nature, as far as making sure if you're using a software to do invoices and stuff like that, make sure it's being able to be compatible with QuickBooks. So that way, when you use QuickBooks, it will just link it and sync it all together. You don't have to go back and forth and try to enter in things. It can all be synced to QuickBooks. So make sure you guys are shopping around, finding things that works best for you and your business. Like I said, if you are not sure, reach out to your tax professional so your tax professional can help you point you in the right direction when it comes to using certain softwares and automated systems and all that other things, all that other good nature. But again, my biggest tip, you guys, for tax planning for business owners in 2024, do it throughout the year. Don't wait till the end of this year or the beginning of next year to want a tax plan. sit down with your tax professional, your tax advisor. Y'all create a plan now. Um, Now it's not too late. Still create a plan. So y'all can be on the same page when it comes to what you're trying to do, what you're looking for, and for your taxes for the upcoming year. All right. So that way you can make sure you're getting the most deductions and things of that nature, and you're not leaving any type of money or any type of credits on the table. Like I said, I'm seeing it um often how people are leaving credits and stuff on the table. Another thing that I'm seeing people leave on the table is when they're having real estate properties and investment properties, how they are forgetting to file their mortgage interest and stuff like that. Y'all, all those things are expenses and deductions that you guys can carry on your taxes. So make sure you keep up with every little thing. Ask your tax professional advisor questions. All right. They need to be your best friend when it comes to your taxes. They need to be the person that you talk to frequently when it comes to different things that you can do for your business. All right. No question is a silly question. No question is, don't be afraid to ask the question, because if you don't ask the question, you won't know. And the only way you can learn is to ask these questions, is to research, is to sit down and talk to different tax professionals, and we can tell you what we see people tend to leave on the table when it comes to tax planning. All right. So again, I hope you guys find this episode very helpful. If you need tax planning assistance, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, I do offer that service. My number is 910-317-0396. You can shoot me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. I'll be happy to assist you guys. Like I said, don't wait till the end of the year. Don't wait to um, the beginning of next year to try to tax plan. Make sure you're doing your bookkeeping often throughout the year. Don't wait till the end of the year to do your bookkeeping either. That can be very, very stressful for us tax professionals, us bookkeepers, and that's where the upcharges and the surcharges come from, because bookkeeping should be done throughout the year. It shouldn't just be done one time a year. All right, so you guys, I hope this episode was helpful when it comes to, a couple of tax planning tips that I've been seeing. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I will try my best to help you. If you know anybody that wants to be a guest on the show, that wants to come and share their entrepreneurship journey, feel free to send them my way. Again, my number is 910-317-0396. You can shoot me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. You guys, you can find the playback of this episode on the YouTube channel for M&J Financial Management. And you can also find this episode now on Spotify, and Spotify will put them on the other platforms. We're no longer Anchor. But thank you guys for listening in. We hope you have a blessed 2024 and a blessed tax planning season. And we will see you guys on the next episode of Tips with T.